Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm always delighted to talk about education, especially education in neurology. It's something that I've been involved in really since the very beginning of my career as a neurologist, even during residency, so for over 20 years. And my involvement in neurology education, I've been involved in teaching medical students um, before they enter the hospitals. I've been involved in teaching students as part of a neurology clerkship and then also in residency education for neurology residents and other non-neurology residents, and then very involved in continuing medical education too. So I feel really passionate about the importance of educating other people about neurology. American Academy of Neurology annual meeting, it's always a great meeting. But this past year was especially great because for the first time, we had an education room at the AAN annual meeting. And so this room, basically in this single room, throughout the 6 days of the annual meeting, we had programming for neurology educators. And so we like to call it a meeting within a meeting for neurology educators. And we had great programming. The programming included specific programming for clerkship directors, program directors, people interested in simulation, neurology education research. And so it was really just a fabulous time at the annual meeting. In addition, we were right next to the academic hub and had some collaboration with the chairs of neurology. And we did have some of the residents who are especially interested in having education as part of their career were very active in the education room as well. So I'm part of a group of neurology educators Advancing Teaching, a neat group. And so we have been partnering with American Academy of Neurology, with AUPN, and through them with ANA, and with the A.B. Baker section through the AAN. And so we have designed a series of different programs for people interested in learning more about education, either neurology educators or many other people, neurology clinicians. We know as every day you're taking part in education, whether that's educating the learner who's accompanying you in your practice, or educating your patients, or for neuroscientists, educating others about their work. So it's really broadly applicable. And following the annual meeting, we had an A.B. Baker Zoom session, really reflecting on the content that was delivered at the annual meeting. We will have a special session at ANA. And in that meeting, we're talking about how to incorporate neuroscience education throughout the continuum of learning, from medical school, residency, and then continuing medical education. And then at the AAN fall meeting, we'll be having another session also on education and how to educate in the setting of a very busy clinical practice. And so really exciting programming, and I think we're looking forward to continuing to form more of a community, even more of a community than exists right now, of neurology educators, and to help spread neurology education. It's very easy to make neurology interesting. It is just by its very nature a fascinating field. And there's so much important work that we have to do. So many, millions of people in the United States and worldwide with neurologic problems. So we have a really great calling to educate other people about neurology, about neurologic conditions, and whether that's the public or non-neurologists who are taking care of patients, students that we want to encourage to enter the field of neurology. And I would say especially those students and learners who are not going to be neurologists, but really need to know a lot of neurology because it impacts so many people. So I know that a lot of people watching this are really interested in neurology and really want to share that interest. So learning some tools and how to communicate and how to educate others is something that I and others really seek to promote. So thanks to everybody for your interest, and I'm looking forward to having an even more vibrant and active community of neurology educators.